All right, so part two of my SIG P320 collection rundown. So as you can see, I'm making this video on top of my washer and dryer. I should make more videos here. It just gives me plenty of space. Plus, with these, with it being white, you can see the guns real good. But anyway, uh, but yeah, let's just start with this collection over here, which is my non 9mm collection. All of these guns are different calibers. All of these over here are 9mm. So I got six 9mm, and then of my other ones, I got one each of every other caliber, every available caliber that the SIG P320 comes in. So we're going to start with this one. This is a 40 Smith & Wesson compact. As you can see there, this gun just basically came together because of the that 357 SIG. I didn't have plans to do a 40 Smith & Wesson, but as I was going through my parts bin one day, I was like, man, I got all the parts here except for a few parts to do a 40 Smith & Wesson. And this one sort of came together because this slide that I got on here, I actually had it on my 357 SIG, and I upgraded that 357 SIG, and this slide was just sort of sitting in my parts bin, not being used, and I just really hated to see that. And as I was going through my parts bin, I was like, man, I almost got every single part to build a 40. And, there was only like a few parts that I didn't have. I already had a barrel because my plan was to do a 357 SIG and then just swap barrels, back and forth between the 40 357. I was like, well, why not just do a standalone gun and I won't have to keep swapping barrels all the time. And so here we are. I ended up with a 40 Smith & Wesson. Added the Holosun light. Holosun had just came out with that light, so I bought it, wanted to try it out. Love this light. Ended up buying the FCU for it, of course. With the gold trigger on there. When SIG starts selling these FCUs, they put the gold trigger on all of them. So I think I'm going to switch that out to the black trigger. I have an extra black trigger that I can put on there. I just haven't done it yet. But anyway, this is just a sort of basic 40. Shoots really good. Zero issues with it. A lot of people don't like the 40 caliber, but, I don't think it's a bad round. Again, this gun just shoots great, Put the gas pedal on there, of course. I love the gas pedal. The gas pedal fits all of the guns, so no issues with that. But anyway, like I said, it's just a basic 40. The X10, who doesn't love 10mm? The X10, I remember when this gun came out in May of 2022. I was at work when SIG posted their video on the Sig Sauer channel. It was Phil Strader that posted the video, I guess, and I was like, man, I was at work, and I worked for a electrical company, and I was out on a sort of picking up a bunch of wire or whatever, and I was sort of I had this truck and trailer that I was pulling around, and I remember when I picked up that wire, and I kind of glanced at my phone, and it showed that Sig Sauer actually they dropped the video. I was like, oh, let me see what that is, and I looked. And I was like, holy crap, SIG just posted a video of a release of a brand new SIG P320 10mm. I was like, holy crap, man. I remember being so excited. Let me drop the mag on that. But I was like, man. And from then on, I was like, man, SIG actually made a 10mm P320. Now, this is the X10, of course. But since then, they came out with the compact model. Of course, you can see this one has a few upgrades. I've added the Grey Guns magwell. Of course, the gas pedal again. Surefire Swamp Fox optic, green dot. Great optic in my opinion. Added suppressor height sights from Strike Industries. I mean, now as far as I've got about, I don't know, between 500 and 600 rounds through this gun. When I first got it, this gun was extremely tight. I think everybody's gun was when they first got this. I mean, you couldn't hardly chamber around, couldn't hardly get the slide back, you couldn't hardly insert a full magazine. It was just extremely tight. And the first two magazines that I shot, I probably had maybe five or six malfunctions maybe within the first two magazines. But I kind of expected it, because the gun was so tight. I kind of expected it. But it finally kind of cleared up. But between those two magazines and about 500 to 600 rounds, I probably had 2 to 3 malfunctions since then. But I think, in my opinion, I think it's just typical 10 millimeter. I don't know if it's just a SIG thing. I don't think it's a SIG thing. I think it's a 10 millimeter thing. I hear people say when it comes to 10 millimeter, when you start getting upwards of like 200 grain, 220 grain, or whatever, that's when you start to lose reliability in the 10 millimeter. I don't know that to be a fact, but I don't. I don't remember if I ever fired 200 grain out of this. I think the biggest I've ever fired was 180 grain. But I don't know. Again, I enjoy the 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter is a powerful round. I do plan to deer hunt with this, but I don't know. I don't know what the future is for this gun. But I'm just going to continue to enjoy it, of course. I'm not going to sell it, but I'm just going to continue to enjoy it. I don't know. But I still like the 10. I love the 10 millimeter. But anyway, move on to the 45. This one I just got. I don't have many rounds to this one. This gun, the 45 ACP, when I first bought this, I just kind of bought this to add to my collection so I can own the P320 in every single caliber. Now, I've probably got about 60 to 70 rounds to this. The 45 really surprised me because it doesn't kick like 10 millimeter. I was actually expecting more recoil than 10 millimeter. But it's not as snappy as the 10 millimeter. Even being the compact, it's not as snappy as or even the 40 caliber. I'm a huge fan of the 45 now. Before I got this, I have never fired a 45 caliber before. But I'm a huge fan of the 45 caliber now. Whenever I get time, look how big that hole is on that. That hole is even bigger than the 10 millimeter. But it is just, I love this gun. I like it in stock form. I do have some upgrades for this gun. Other than that, I put the gas pedal on there. I do have a few more upgrades to this gun, but right now I'm shooting it. I want to take it to the range in the stock form, just to have a little bit more fun before I change some stuff out. I do have another grip module for this, the X10 grip module. I have a flat trigger for it, and I have another upgrade for it. But the 45, it has not malfunctioned. Between the 50 to 60 round that I fired through it, it has not malfunctioned. Unlike the 10 millimeter, I had several malfunctions, when I first got it. But like I said, I fired this gun from brand new and not one single malfunction. But it's almost as if the 45 or the P320 is made to go hand in hand. It is a 9-round magazine. This is the compact model. The full-size model is a 10-round magazine, which I do have, which I'm going to be switching this to a sort of a carry model, the compact with the longer grip module. So I do have longer magazines for this. But anyway, I love this gun, and I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad I added it to my collection. Now, on to my number one favorite gun, caliber, everything. This gun here, this is the one that I built from scratch, from the ground up. The SIG P320, all metal frame, AXG, if you want to call it that. It's got the AXG frame. chambered in 357 SIG. If I can get it on camera there. 357 SIG. This is my all-time favorite gun, my favorite caliber. 357 SIG is again, I cannot... It is just a great shooting gun. Great shooting round, great shooting gun. The 357 SIG is better than 9mm in every single way, except for maybe price. This gun here is a real shooter. I mean, 357 SIG, in my opinion, is the ultimate semi-automatic caliber. This gun is just shoots. It's, I cannot, I don't know. I'm having trouble explaining how good this gun shoots. You know, and a lot of a lot of the reason for that, it is chambered in 357 SIG, which I will say again. This one, I got over $2,800 in this build. You know, I bought everything, and some of the stuff, it would have been close to $3,000, but some of the stuff, like the Norso slide here, I got it on Black Friday, which they had like a 30% off or something like that, like a 40% off. Now, when it comes to a custom 357 SIG, if you want to get an optic slide for a 357-40, you have to go Norso. There is nobody else making custom slides for a 357 SIG gun. Norso is the only one that's doing that. But as you can see, of course, the Norso slides, they have the direct fit slides that you can, you know, put an Armor footprint optic on there. I have the lock grips on there, G10 grips, the magwell, can't think of the name of the magwell, Grey Guns bases on here, Modlite PL350, gas pedal. I mean, this gun just has almost every available upgrade. The trigger has got the skeletonized SIG trigger, which has a awesome trigger pull, awesome reset. I have the Armory Craft reset spring on it. You can see it's all blacked out. I love the all blacked out look on it. I added the hex grip screws on it, but the Holosun 509, 508, 508, Holosun 50, what is that one? I don't know. 508T, that's what it is. As you can see, it's green. But, again, like I'll explain again, 357 SIG, in my opinion, is the best, how would I put that? The best semi-automatic caliber of any caliber, in my opinion. That's including 10mm, 9mm, 40, and whatever other semi-automatic caliber that there is out there, in my opinion. And one of the reasons why I say that, actually two of the reasons why I say that, is because one of them being the reliability of the round. Now, if you've never seen a 357 SIG, you can see there it has that bottleneck design round, which is going to aid in the feeding of the round. This gun has never malfunctioned. I think actually, I take that back. The only malfunction I ever had is when I first put the gun together, when I first shot it, and when I went to shoot it. That was before I put the optic on it, before I put the sights on it, and I wanted to go out and test fire it. And it didn't really malfunction. It had, because I had put 3 rounds in it, and I fired, and it didn't get slide locked back on the last round. But again, remember, at that time, the gun was brand new, never been fired. And so, but anything after that, I would say I got, I don't know, 800 to 900 rounds through this gun. And 0 malfunctions in 800 to 900 rounds. So that's not a lot, but you got to remember this is 357 SIG. It's an expensive round. You just don't find that ammo everywhere. A lot of times I have to order 357 SIG ammo online. So you rarely find 357 SIG, you know, in like big box stores and gun shops. You know, I have seen it a few times, but again, This is my all-time favorite gun. You know, I'm a huge fan of the P320, huge fan of the 357 SIG. It is my all-time favorite caliber when it comes to semi-automatic handguns. So I wish more companies would make 357 SIG now. I know it's not a popular caliber. You know, everybody always going to 10 millimeter, but I'm still, I like the 357 SIG way better than 10 millimeter. So, but anyway, yeah, that's my SIG P320 rundown of all of my SIG P320s. So, thanks for watching.